Our region's business is sponsored by PNC for the achiever in you.
Our region's made real progress in recent years, leading the nation out of the Great Recession with more people working and available to work here than at any time before in our history. Yet there are issues that could derail our recent success. We're back with the three vice chairs of the Allegheny Conference, David Malone, who also chairs the Pittsburgh Regional Alliance, Laura Ellsworth, chair of the Pennsylvania Economy League of Greater Pittsburgh, and Richard Harshman, chair of the Greater Pittsburgh Chamber of Commerce. So Laura, what's yet to be done?
The last big issue that we really need to work on, and we're going to work on hard in the coming year, is pensions. Pensions, whether it's at the municipal level or at the state level, state workers or teachers, that is a crisis that is not just upon us, we're in the middle of it right now, and we have to find binding arbitration reform. We have to find pension reform. It's got to be done in Harrisburg, and we're going to be working very hard on that in the coming year to make sure that that happens.
Speaking of unfinished business, Rich, anything left sort of on the economy of the future side? The things
well, I think transportation remains a key part of it. We've started and made some progress, but really as the workforce begins to get younger, they're looking at different ways of transportation or other than automobiles. So a group of leaders, civic leaders, went to Denver to benchmark in June. We had about 100 civic and government leaders. And Denver has made a massive investment of about $8 billion in their region's infrastructure in terms of mass transit. And their situation is different than ours, so we're not saying that we need to make that kind of an investment. But we have to continue to look for ways, especially for the younger people, to move about the region, to go to and from their job, to and from their university and their education and place of learning, and just from a social standpoint in ways other than automobiles. So transportation will continue. Pennsylvania competes against every other state in the union for jobs and for economic growth. And we need to look at the regulatory environment in Pennsylvania, especially on the tax side, because we are at a competitive disadvantage to other states in terms of business taxes, and that does have to be addressed. And finally, I think that the tremendous opportunity this region has in terms of building upon the economy and growing a diversified economy and bringing manufacturing and advanced manufacturing back to the region is really there for the taking because of the low-cost natural gas and energy that we have, and the water and the transportation systems that we have, and the educational and academic institutions we have. So all of those working together to build upon can continue to move Pennsylvania forward in terms of economic growth.
All right, so it all sounds great. A lot of things moving our way. So David, so what else? Anything else we need to be worried about, thinking about?
Well, I think in the workforce area, we've got real issues. If you were to speak to business owners and CEOs throughout the country about issues they worry about down the road, they'd all have problems indigenous to their own industry, but among their top three concern would be workforce development. And we in this region have a problem that's a little more acute than other regions because of our demographics. We have about almost 140,000 people more in the 45 to 65 age group than the 25 to 45 age group. So we're faced with a current shortage of workers, and that will be becoming more and more acute in the future. So we've got to really look at how we deliver education and training on a going forward basis, and that can't be just the conference's job. We need educators, we need foundations. Organized labor has done a good job. We need to work closer with them to see what we can do to solve that problem down the road. All
right, David Malone, Laura Ellsworth, Richard Harshman from the Allegheny Conference. Thank you all so much.
Thanks for having us.
And we'll be back in a minute with a little dollars and cents. Stay with us.